The Aurora Cabin Triangle is one of my first patterns of the year, and I really like this design as a beginning to 2025 because it's crisp, clean, and really fun to experiment with color. So let's take a look at some Westwool tricycle yarn combos for this shawl. It uses 5 colors, and I chose a solid version for this design because it has really tiny little lines. There's some thin stripes and some other stripes that are a little bit thicker, but it's a very small detailed shawl with single stitches being slipped. And you're also gonna notice the single stitches have this cable technique every now and then that slant that slip stitch over and make the beautiful cabled slip stitch pattern. So in this shawl, you're gonna learn a lot of fun techniques from the I-cord cast on. There'll be I-cord edges framing the shawl. You'll be striping yarns and carrying the colors along the edge while you stripe them. You'll have a slip stitch, knits and purls, a little cable, and an increase at the edge. So the final shape begins really small with this corner cast on, and it increases on one edge to form the wide triangle sideways shape. So this means that when you cast on, it begins really, really small, and you just keep on increasing until you want to bind off. So in the pattern, I say how many repeats I recommend for this large size, with 5 colors. But if you want it a little bit smaller, you can just simply bind off 2 or 3 pattern repeats early and make it a smaller size. That's really great if you're working with leftovers and you run out of yarn. You can just bind off with a ColourPop I-cord and make it any size that you like. But this is that sideways triangle drape. You have one wide end and one skinny end to wrap around. And with the 5 colors, I used a light to dark contrast effect for these 5 shades. So the original sample begins with Glass, the lightest color, and then Enchanted is our Westwool color that's a really deep blue, a bit of a green teal tone to it, but very deep and dark. And then Pickle Juice, I believe Pickle Juice was my color C. Yeah, Pickle Juice was color C. It's a very bright lime. And then North Sea, a nice medium tone. And finally, the darkest shade is Mariniere, our deep navy blue. It's almost a black blue. So to get a similar contrast effect as the original sample here, you get very crisp lines when you have something really light and something very dark in the palette to give that high contrast beginning and end to your sequence. And then some color pops or medium tones in the middle. And when you're laying out your colors A, B, C, D, and E, rather than doing them light to dark, because then the light colors will be next to each other and then the dark colors will be next to each other, that's gonna be a bit more blendy. So if you do that, it's gonna be a bit more blended because the dark tones will be right next to each other. So when you're laying out your colors, I recommend staggering the dark colors in between the lighter ones. So have something light, something dark, something lighter, something darker. So you want some contrast in between each jump between the color in order to get that super crispy high contrast effect. So this is the final result with those stripes. And you can see when I spread it out, you can see a little bit more of those thin stripes in between the thicker ones. They get a bit hidden because of the slip stitch, but when you pull it apart, you can see those skinny stripes a little bit more, but they kind of create these valleys, these shadows in between the thicker stripes, and what emerges from the thin stripes are the slip stitches. So it has this really cool textured, overlapping, layered effect in the shawl. If you're wanting some other color combos, we put a lot of kits together for you at Stephen Penelope. So you can head over there to look at any of the pink palettes or the neutral colors. We have a lot of different 5 color options. Every kit in the tricycle base, this is our fingering weight superwash merino. So it's really drapey and a tight round twist to the yarn. Each of these kits will have 2 skeins of each color. So you'll have 5 colors and the kits have 2 skeins of each to make the big size. If you're working with 100-gram yarns, like these hand-dyed yarns that have 100 grams in each skein, then you just need 1 of each color for 5 total colors. If you want some neutrals, this would be a great light to dark palette with our birch tree, pebble, French gray, mouse, and Copenhagen. These are our heathered grays with a solid white and a solid black. But again, like I was talking about earlier, I would mix the colors a little bit so you've got something really dark next to something light all the time. And this is going to give you more of that crispy stripe interaction, starting something really light and then more of a middle tone. And there's some nice contrast between colors B and C. And then I put that really dark Copenhagen next to the light gray pebble. And then this is enough contrast against the black. Everything contrasts with black. So by interspersing the colors that way, you're going to get more of a crispy effect and not quite so blended. This could be a nice moody palette with the deeper tones. And I put this light sand because I wanted a burst of contrast with these. This is sand, Morgaine, chestnut, corduroy, and tiger. This would be more blendy because the dark tones are all quite similar, but then putting something really light into the mix will give more of that contrast. If you have something darker, like that dark brown truffle color, this would also be really nice and moody, but the fabric would have more of a shadowy, a mixed look to it, and not that crisp, high contrast effect. So you could do a little swatch with your colors if you're unsure about the striping interaction, but when you're working with solid yarns, you're always gonna get a pretty good crisp stripe. When you're working with hand-dyed speckled yarns or those variegated types of colors, it's going to get a little more mixed, so a swatch can come in handy to really visualize how the stripes are going to look in the fabric. And let's get another warm, another cool, and then maybe some pinks. This would be a really beautiful, more green option. I put a little bit of a teal in there. This is the Norway colorway, and I mixed that with our green olive. And Sea Mist is the light color. Dijon is my favorite mustard, and Wellington is a very dark green. So this would give you a really similar effect to the original sample, but leaning a little more towards the greens than the blues. And again, I would start with the lightest, and mix the colors around a bit. Something like this would be nice. Colors A, B, C, D, and E. So you've always got some contrast happening between each of the neighboring colors. For some pinks, if you want something really light and bright, we have a lot of these pinks and corals in the Westwool palette. This is Powder, Sherbet, Flamingo, Taffy, and Fuchsia. So this is a really bright palette overall, and then I would mix the contrast up a bit to be something like this. So the colors that are really close together in contrast, like Flamingo and Taffy, aren't right next to each other in the fabric, and that's going to give you more of the crispy stripes. A, B, C, D, E, and that's a nice mix of light and dark colors. For you purple lovers, I put these grays and purples together. Something like this would be really fun, having a couple accent pops in the fabric. This is Unicorn and Fandango, our bright purples, and Aubergine is our super dark, almost black purple. And I paired those with Dutch Sky and Reykjavik, our two grays. I would mix them up something like this. I would keep those purples away from each other so that they both get an opportunity to pop out in the fabric. And starting with the lightest color, A, B, C, D, E. This is the kind of mix I would do. So those strong, powerful colors are staggered between some of the medium tones. Again, you can always swatch and just cast on the shawl at the beginning with a color sequence that you're feeling. And then if you don't quite like your color order, it starts really small, you could always rip out and restart with a different color order. But start with your lightest color and then stagger the colors to get a similar contrast series like this. All right, one final option I wanted to show is with our warm tones. This would be quite blendy. As bright as the colors are, they're all kind of in the middle. So this would be a really powerful saturated palette, but the concentration of color is hitting the similar note, all in the middle. This is Red Hot, Tangerine, Rosvita, Cardamom, and Beatrix. If you wanted a little more contrast in the palette, I would mix in something lighter, maybe put this light pink in the palette to give some more contrast. And you could even exaggerate that and do something, lean more into the pinks to get some more bright tones in there. Or we could go a little bit darker and substitute one of the colors. Ooh, this is getting quite nice. And then maybe even a lovely brown tone could be nice to calm things down and let the powerful colors pop out more. So play around with your contrast. If you want that real high crispy effect, then get something super light, super dark to ground the palette, and then some pops in between. So I hope you have fun knitting this Aurora cabin triangle. It's a really great size to customize and fun to mix up all those Westwool solids. And the pattern is an individual pattern on Ravelry or Westknits.com that you can download. And if you've knitted the Aurora cabin shawl, that's my semicircular shawl from a couple years ago. It's that same slip stitch in those bands in the middle of that Aurora cabin shawl. So if you love that slip stitch cable pattern, this embraces the full motif into the sideways triangle shape. So thanks for watching, and I'll share some more fun design inspiration throughout the year. And if you have any questions or color recommendations or color questions, you can always leave a comment down below or pop us an email at hello@westknits.com. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.